everybody? I'm here today to show you and tell you how to manage space around your vehicle for the driving test. When you're doing your driving test, you need to manage the space around your vehicle. You need a cushion of space, as we like to call it, or a margin of space around your vehicle. That gives you a margin of error for yourself and the other drivers around you. If you move too far to one side or the other, you have that margin of space that you need to not hit another driver. If another driver swerves a little bit, you have that margin of space, okay? So there are three situations that require for a margin of space or to manage the space around your car. Number one is driving. Number two is parking. Number three is when you're stopped. Now I'll be going over each of those individually. So number one, when you're driving, okay? Basically, when you're driving around, you need space in three different parts of the car. Really, it's four, but I like to call it three. The sides, the front, and the back. So as I'm driving right here, to get my space on the sides, I need to stay centered in my lane. How do you manage to stay centered? Well, number one, you look far ahead down the lane. If you look far ahead down the lane, it's going to allow you to stay centered in that lane because you get a nice guidance for your steering to stay centered. And also use your mirrors. If you check your mirrors, you'll see the lane lines beside you. You can see if there's even spacing on either side of your car. So as I'm driving, I'll make sure that I'm looking far ahead down the lane in front of me and checking my mirrors, obviously, because I have to check them anyways, and checking for the gap on either side of my car. Now, space in front of you when you're driving is just your following distance. So you're following the car in front of you. Make sure that you have at least a 3-second following distance. And how do you measure that? Well, you start counting from 0 when the car in front of you passes like a light post, per se, just for instance, per se. And then you stop counting when you pass that same light post. If you got to 3, then that's a 3-second following distance. If you only got to 2, that's a 2-second following distance. So whenever they pass a landmark, you start counting. And then whenever you pass that same landmark, you stop counting. So let's say they passed it now. 0, 1, 2, 3. If I passed it right then, I would have a 3-second following distance. In ideal road conditions, you want a 3-second following distance. If it's snowing, raining, blah, 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 you know, on not ideal road conditions, you need even more, double that to 5 or 6 seconds, okay? And behind you, just check your rearview mirror, make sure no one's trailing you. If someone's tailgating you, there's not much that you can do because it's better that you don't speed for the driving test. You'd never want to speed for the driving test at any expense, you know, unless it's a matter of safety. But if someone's tailgating you, you know, maybe you can let the driving test examiner know. You can say, listen, that person behind me is riding my bumper really closely, but I'm not gonna speed up because I'm driving the appropriate safe speed right now. Okay? Now, when you're parking, and I'm gonna reverse park as I tell you this. When you're parking, you want to basically have your car centered in the spot, okay? So you want to have your car centered in the spot, and in order to do that, you need to have space on both sides of your car. So make sure that you're parking in a spot that is wide enough, you know, no cars are like too close on either side, a spot that is wide enough, but in addition, you're gonna make sure that you're centered in that spot. You don't wanna be too far to the right or to the left. And that goes for whether you're reverse parking or forward parking or parallel parking, any kind of parking. Then you wanna make sure you're centered, you know, forward and back wise, you know, I don't know what you would call it, but distance wise in the spot. So I would use my rear view camera right here to make sure I have a good amount of space behind me. I'm not getting too close to the rear of the parking spot, and a good amount of space in front of me. So make sure you have space all around your car. Make sure you're basically centered in that spot as much as possible. Sorry, I really need some water. I've been filming a lot of videos and I didn't drink any water recently, so I'm just dying to get some water. So you might hear me like losing my voice now. Anyways, stopped. When you're stopped, you got to make sure that you are stopped, centered in that lane. So like if you're stopped at a red light or the stop sign, make sure you're centered, you know, from side to side. And in addition, make sure you have space in front of you. Like I said, you can't really control the space behind you, but make sure you have space in front of you. Now, how can you tell if you have enough space in front of you? As a rule of thumb, you want to make sure that you can see the rear tires, the whole rear tire, top to bottom of the car in front of you. Obviously, it all depends on if your car is taller, lower, and the car in front of you, if they have a lowered car or a raised truck or something like that. But as a rule of thumb, when you're sitting in the average car, and in front of you is a car of average size, you want to be able to see the whole rear tires of the car. That will tell you that you have enough distance in front of you. That's it. That is how to manage space around your vehicle for the driving test. If you want to pass your driving test, you got to manage that space properly, and I've shown you and told you exactly how to do it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.